Hi MTV.
Hola MTV. I'm Amanda Sages. I'm 23 years old. I'm Puerto Rican and I work for a PR firm close to our house. And this is Sean.
Hello, I'm Sean Rockwell. I will be the girl. I am 27 years old, born out of Boston, Massachusetts. I work for the Massachusetts State Treasury Department, own my own business. I'm Irish, English, Italian, and Lebanese. A lot more on the Lebanese side based on the family aspects.
True story. We met 8 years ago. I was in high school, Sean was in college, and we met at a Red Sox game, which is my favorite sports team. Go Sox. And we kind of just slowly met. We didn't really jump into anything. I guess our story is a little different because we met in high school. Most people have like a really cool story. But I think it's really cool that we met at a Red Sox game and we left them.
It's true, we do.
Yeah. So shortly after we met, we started dating. But as you heard in our introduction, I'm 23, Sean is 27. That's 4 years. So people didn't really love that, especially my parents. Being Puerto Rican, they're very strict. My mom even told me that when she was younger and dating my father, that my dad would come to their house and he would sit like right between my grandmother and my grandfather, and my mom would sit on the other couch and they would sit and talk, and those were their dates. So my parents for us were really strict and really weren't willing to open up to this relationship and kind of gave us the same treatment. I mean, even when they started letting us date when I was a senior in high school, Sean could only come over and we could only go on group dates, or we'd have to have like chaperoned, like the parents always had to be home, and it was
it's difficult.
It was quite interesting. But we made it through.
We did.
We made it through.
We did make it through.
Yeah.
So then Amanda went to college. I think that's when our parents kind of opened up a little bit more to the idea that, you know, we cared about each other and, you know, let go a little bit more.
I think they loved that you would come visit because at least they knew I was safe. I lived in the city, so.
There's definitely a big aspect of it. And then Amanda's senior year in college, you know, helped save herself on loans, her parents on some money. She actually lived at home, which became to be a little bit more difficult based on the fact that she had curfew again.
My parents always wanted to know where I was, always wanted to know what I was doing. And during that year, I was actually Miss Massachusetts and so National Miss. And so for a lot of that, I was out doing appearances or doing community service or something to do with the pageant. So at least that got me out of the house a lot. And Sean came to all my events with me, so it was kind of fun. Like, we'd go on road trips every weekend to New Hampshire, Connecticut, or wherever. So it was a lot of work, but it got me out of the house.
It was great.
Yeah.
And she did an awesome job doing it. So we dated for a while. She graduated college. At that point, we wanted to move further on our relationship. I was making a good income. She actually had a job right out of college, the PR firm. And we started looking for a place together. After a few times of looking and being outbid, we finally found this place, and we love it. The location's awesome. And then after that,
after I walked across my little stage and got my diploma, Sean, well, before that, you had asked my parents for their blessing, kind of tell them, but I wasn't there.
So we ended up getting engaged in June 6th. I actually asked her parents for their blessing in April, one of the weekends, and it was nice. We went to their favorite restaurant, and you know, we sat down and we discussed everything, and I asked them for their blessing. Family's kind of important to me, so I want to make sure we're all on the same page of where this relationship was going, and we were. You know, they asked the normal parent questions, of course. But after all the questions, and hopefully I had good answers, they gave me their blessing, no problem, which was amazing. And good thing, too, because I've already started planning for the past 2 months before that, her engagement, which turned out to be a great surprise. And Amanda does not get surprised easily,
no.
So...
I don't let it happen.
Yeah, she's a little Nancy Drew, and she'll figure it out. So it was really nice. So June 6th, we got engaged. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was an amazing day. We started by, I woke up and made him breakfast because we don't really have time to do that. I mean, Monday through Friday, we have no time to do that, and most weekends we're kind of busy. So it was the first day that we really had free. Woke up and made him breakfast. We went and opened our joint account together so we could pay our bills, which was fun. And then Sean left me to get ready, and the night before he had sent me shopping with my friends. And while we were waiting for one of my friends to show up, I told the other one, I said, I think Sean's going to propose tomorrow, but don't say anything because I think Christy knows who is the girl we were waiting for. So I had on this really cute dress, and Sean left me to get ready, and he came back, and when he came back, we met outside, and he said, he's fumbling in his pocket, and he said, I can't find my keys. I must have left them inside. Do you have yours? So I'm rummaging through my purse, and just as I'm doing that, he says, well, don't worry, we can just take this. And he points behind me, and there's a limo that showed up, a Chevy, I don't even know.
57 cherry red limo.
Yes.
It was gorgeous.
It was amazing. So we got into that, and one of our friends, who actually ended up being our photographer, videographer, and DJ for the wedding, he was driving it. It's his limo. And so he drove us to Castle Island, which is a park up here that has like a beach and a play area, and it's really family friendly. And I'm thinking, I'm in a dress and stilettos. What are we doing here? I can't be at the beach in my cocktail outfit. That's not going to work. So Sean actually had set up a picnic for us. He had a little picnic basket that his friend had packed for us. And he laid out a blanket, and we sat on the grass, and we had a really nice picnic. And then we started cleaning up. And Sean said, well, why don't we go for a walk? And I said, okay, but I'm totally still wearing stilettos. This is not going to work out walking on the beach. So we walked along, and we were walking on the grass, and my shoes kept sinking in. And I said, we were walking on the sand, and my shoes kept sinking in. And either I had to walk on the sand and my shoes sink in, or take my shoes off and walk on the rocks, but that would hurt. So I asked if we could walk on the grass, which was on the outer side, and Sean said, no, you can't.
Absolutely not.
It's not going to happen. I thought that was really shady because he's like Mr. Comfort. So, and Mr. Make Me Happy. So I didn't know why he wasn't trying to make me happy right now. But we continued to walk on the path. I just left my shoes on and sucked it up. And as we're walking along, I can see there's an area, and there's flower petals in the shape of a heart. There's candles everywhere, and he had set up this beautiful area for us. And my friend Christy, who I knew was in on the game, she was videotaping it all, and Steven, the photographer, was taking pictures. And then he says, remember today when I told you I wanted to dance? And I said, yeah. So he pulls me in the middle of the heart, and all of a sudden a saxophone player pops out of nowhere. I didn't even see this kid. And he starts playing A Whole New World by Aladdin. So we danced, and once he was done, Sean was talking to me about our life and how much he loves me and how much he's excited just to be with me all the time. And he said, well, why don't you say hi to Christy? And I waved at her, and I was like, oh, you're in trouble. And then he said, well, why don't you also thank Steven, the saxophone player? And I turned and I waved, and I said, oh, you did a great job. Thank you so much. And as I turned back, Sean was on one knee with my ring in a box. And he proposed. I don't remember saying yes. I don't, not even a little bit.
She freaked out. It was really cute, but she finally did and
it was more like this.
Yeah, it was adorable. Luckily, with Steven there and Chrissy there, we have video of it and photos of it, but it was a great moment. So after she said yes, we all know she was saying yes, but after she did that, saxophone player played our song, which is Don't Wanna Miss a Thing by Aerosmith. And we danced to that, and it was really exciting. I mean, Steven came over and shook our hands and hugged her, and Christy came over. It was great. So then we packed up, left there. She is still all giddy and jolly, and we got to the limousine to go home, or so she thought.